Hello, everybody. Welcome, Georgia. Welcome, all of our Facebook livers. Anna's over there getting us live on Facebook. Okay, I'm going to do a quick intro and then I want you guys to intro yourselves. My name is Sydney Berletich. I am the head coach here inside of Peak Sales Performance and all of our programs. So you will see lots of me as you continue to hang out with us. Okay, awesome. We are live on Facebook. I see us. Yay. Okay. Always good to know that the tech is teching, right? You never know. Um, I am here from Northern Virginia, right outside of DC area. I've been working with Anne for years. It is actually crazy to go back and like see when we started working. I think it was like the end of 2020 or like beginning of 2021. I don't know, guys. It's been a really long time. I have been here hanging out on the Peak Sales Performance team and working with all of you guys in different ways. So for those of you who have been along for a long time, you might recognize me or see that we've DM'd in the past. So really cool. As you hop on though, Georgia, Susie, all of our Facebook livers, please drop in the chat whether you're on Facebook, which I'm going to pop the Zoom link into the Facebook chat so that you guys can join us on the Zoom if you're able to. No stress if you can't come on video or whatever. We love to see your face, but get in the room here with us if you can. Let me know where you are coming in from, where are you located, and then a little bit about what you do, who you help. Remember, guys, you never know who's in the room with you, who's watching, who's looking at what you're saying. Somebody watching or on this Zoom might need you. So never pass up the opportunity to intro yourself. What do you do? Who do you help? Drop that in the chat. Drop that in the Facebook chat if you're over there. We have an awesome training today. We're going to be here same time, same Zoom today, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Awesome. Okay, today is all about how to build your 3-part organic sales system that turns your visibility into repeatable, scalable revenue without like crazy fancy funnels, ads, or complicated tech. If you've been around here for any bit of time, you know we are like the most tech-averse people ever. So tech is not our friend. So it's a miracle we're like here on Zoom right now with you guys. No. Okay, Anna's going to kick off. We have lots to get through today, but we're going to be respectful of your time. We'll be here for about an hour or so. Let's dive in, guys.
Super excited. Hi, everybody. It's so good to see your faces. I love when you guys come on video so I can see you. Tabitha, I know we already chatted in Voxer, and you're not going to be on video on screen today, but it's so good to see your lovely face here. Okay, so today is going to be really exciting with session 1, you guys. I also have a thunderstorm happening. I'm from Maine. I don't know where you guys are all from, but the thunder is pounding outside. So I'm like praying that we get through this safely. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys about a couple things because the market has shifted. Anyone here raise a hand? Have you noticed the market has shifted a bit when it comes to engagement, when it comes to the conversion time? Have you guys noticed that it can feel like, oh my God, it takes so long to get someone over the finish line to say yes? Like the movement of that, right? Yeah. The market has shifted big time, right? And so what I want to say to you guys, though, is sales is sales is sales. I have done sales for 25 years, and I'm going to tell you that the only thing that's really changed in the market is how people are buying. People are still buying. That's the beautiful thing. Like, there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of money out there. There's a lot of people you guys can help. It has to be different. You just got to sell different, show up different. We have those little shifts, right? So that's okay. No worries. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. If you can't get on video, it's just good to see you guys' face. Those of you over on Facebook, we've got Sydney and I got you pulled up, so it's great to see you guys over there. If you're tuning in, feel free to join the Zoom room and come in here with us. So sales are definitely feeling slower, right? And what I want to talk to you guys about is how can you ethically, because that is our brand. Our brand is all about ethical sales. We don't do any slimy kind of stuff. Ethical, daily, efficient sales inside of a trust recession. Has anyone noticed the trust recession, by the way? Like people don't trust you so quick. They don't trust you as easily. They need a little bit more from you to be like, let me pull out the credit card, right? It's not because people are broke. It's not because people are not buying low ticket, high ticket, mid ticket. It doesn't matter. It isn't because of that. It's just that they're buying differently. And so you need to show up differently. That's all, right? And then you can convert your audience. So right now, what we're noticing, and you might be noticing this probably, is pretty likely. How many of you here, like raise a hand, how many of you create content every day? Raise a hand, or maybe every week. So you create a piece of content and you put it out on social media to your email list, right? Probably at least every week, right? How many of you feel like you're sharing value? Like the content you put out there, raise a hand, is like helpful, it's valuable, like it's good stuff. It's like coming from you, right? Like, and how many of you feel like you're visible? So like you're on different platforms, you're emailing your list, maybe you're going live, maybe you're doing some launches. How many of you feel like you're doing some of those things pretty consistently for the most part? Okay. But how many here feel like, and you guys can also just drop in the chat like a number 1 on this one. How many of you feel like there's an equal exchange between your effort and the amount of money entering your bank account? How many of you feel like that's such an equal exchange? Most people, like, put a 1 if you're like, yeah, that's not. Like, I'm definitely putting in more effort, doing more things. And we're not really seeing the sales align and match that effort. And here's what I want to say. I just wrapped up 9 months with 5 millionaires. Probably ones you all know, fixing their sales in the back because they're like, it is not an equal exchange. I am pumping out so much money, so much time, effort, content, and the sales are definitely not matching them. So the good news for you guys is I'm normalizing this for you. It isn't you. This is not like a you thing. This is like across the board, right? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I want to share with you guys, and I want you guys to kind of engage and share in the chat a little bit, kind of where you're at with some of these things, right? The main things that have shifted right now in the market is that we're in a trust recession. So the number 1 thing that you need from your audience is you need them to trust you. And when I say trust, I don't mean like, oh, I trust that you're an amazing person. That's obviously a good thing, but more like, I trust that you know what you're talking about. I trust that you actually have a system or process that is proven to get me the outcome that you're talking about. And I trust that you're able to help me because you've built a relationship, you've talked to me, we've communicated, and you seem really consistent in your marketing, in your efforts, in your visibility. Right? So in order for someone to pull out a credit card and say, I trust that you're going to be able to help me get the result I want, they need to see those things. So that means higher positioning in your messaging. That means a consistency in whatever showing up looks like for you. And that could look different for all of you. You could email once a week and that's your consistency, right? You could go live once a month and that's your consistency. The consistency is up to you what it looks like, but we have to show our audience we got it together, we know what we're doing, and we can back up what we're saying. Does that make sense for everybody so far? That's what I mean when I say trust. We're in a trust recession. Why? Because from 2020 to 2023, the whole globe was online and everybody bought everything. Unfortunately, we had a lot of people that claimed they were someone they're not, claimed they could get results they couldn't. And a lot of people made a lot of investments and were very disappointed with the outcome and the results of that. And so now in the economy being so uncertain, people are holding on tighter to the money. But it doesn't mean that they're not going to invest, right? The second is people are taking longer to buy. So we've never, in the 25 years I've been in this online industry, we have never, ever had the conversion time be 4 to 6 months. And that's what it is right now. A cold lead is 4 to 6 months out buy-in time. Isn't that crazy? Like, it's such a long time. And with our clients, we collapse that. We collapse that like drastically by building that trust faster and by doing certain actions that help empower people to make yes or no buy-in decisions. So there is a way to decrease that 4 to 6 months massively. The problem is though, is if you don't know how to do those things, you're looking at a 4 to 6 month time frame for a cold lead to pull out a credit card and buy from you. Crazy. I've never seen it in all my 25 years. So conversion time has taken longer. How many of you here, show of hands, feel, I feel like you're all pretty brave. How many of you here feel like majority of your audience is cold? Anybody? Yeah? Okay, so when we think about 4 to 6 months with a cold audience, we're kind of like, I gotta say, right? That's not awesome. But what I want to say is we can collapse that. But that's not uncommon to be like, wow, these leads take a long time to get over that finish line. Okay, the other thing is people are tuning out hype. So if you're someone who's like, I'm going to create a ton of content, I'm going to put a bunch of exclamation points, I'm going to bonus to death, I'm going to discount like crazy, I'm going to like go super, super crazy on the front end, it actually scares people. It creates sales resistance, and it has people pull back and retract. Ever had somebody be like, oh my God, I love the call with you, verbally give you a yes to your offer, and then ghost you? And then you're like, where did you go? I thought you said yes. The energy could have been like over the top for them, and they wanted to be nice and say yes, but then ducked out, right? We see this all the time. So people aren't buying hype today. They don't care about the bonus. They don't care about the discount. They don't care how excited you are about what you're selling. They don't care about how successful you are. They want to know, yes or no, can you get me the result and show me? Does that make sense for everybody? That's what they want. Show me that you know how to get me the result that you're selling to me. Does that make sense? That's literally all that people are buying in this market right now. So all of the discounting, all of the bonusing, all of the like pitch, it's not going to work in this market because that's not what gets people to buy. And you guys can tell because it's probably not working, right? So it's not theory, it just is what it is. It's a market shift, right? They're not responding to those value posts the way that they used to, like, you know, who wants this? Raise your hand. People respond to that a little bit, but it's not usually your buyers. A little side note, the most engaged people in your audience are the least likely to buy. But in our minds, we're like, oh my God, they're going to buy. You're so engaged. They're so active. No, they have a lot of time on their hands. They have a lot of time on their hands. They don't have a lot going on. Chances are they cannot pay you. Okay, so just a little side note there to keep it in mind. So what we've done, guys, is we've shifted really from a marketing industry where content is king and the person that posts the most wins and all of that stuff. The beautiful thing, and I shared this on my podcast today, the beautiful thing about this market, it's a level playing field. Every single entrepreneur has an opportunity to make millions of dollars, which you did not have back in 2020, 2022, 2023. Why? Because it was a marketing industry. You had to throw money at Facebook ads. You had to have a huge audience. You had to have a ton of people on your email list. You had to have a lot more assets to generate a lot of money. And that wiped out a lot of the smaller business owners because you couldn't afford to pump money on ads like that. How many of you here can do $100,000 a month in ads? That's what the millionaires were doing, right? That's what they were doing. Pumping $100 grand a month. I know because I work with them. $100 grand a month, if not more, into Facebook ads. Small business owners can't do that. You can't pump that kind of money out, right? We don't have to do that today because it's no longer that kind of market. It's now a relational market. Level the playing field. Everybody can get in the game now. How awesome is that? All you have to do is build relationships and trust with what I call a buyer's list, which we'll talk about tomorrow. And when you do that, you can do 7 figures, you guys, on 500 leads, 300 leads, maybe 1,000 leads at most. I tell my clients in my programs all the time, none of you here need 1,000 leads to make $1 million. You got to know what to do with the leads you have, right? If you have 300 leads right now, you could have a 7-figure business. If you have 500 leads, you could have a 7-figure business. And guess what? You don't need to have a funnel. You don't need to have a website. You don't need Facebook ads. You don't need to spend $1 on ads. Everything we do is organic and we do over millions of dollars. So what I'm saying is the playing field is leveled. Every person here now has an opportunity to tap into the market and create $1 million business, which we didn't have before, right? So that is like really, really, really good news. Okay, so let's talk about what might be blocking some of your sales that are sitting in plain sight. So these are right in front of you right now, but maybe you don't see it, okay? Most of your warmest buyers are not commenting and DMing you. I know, that's like a what? Because most of the time we assume if they're commenting, DMing me, and talking to me all day long, I'm sure that they're interested in gonna buy, right? But not necessarily. A lot of the times those people are not your buyers. And so sometimes what we need to do is when you see someone DMing you and someone responding to you, we need to qualify those leads. So we need to get in a conversation. We need to take them through a process to qualify them. And we need to identify, is this a buyer or a brain picker? Right? Simple. There's no like good, bad, right, or wrong. They're just different people. There's either someone who wants to pick your brain and get free information, or there's someone who wants to pull out a credit card and make a buying decision. And those are two different people. And so in your audience, you need to identify very fast. We do like a 15-minute fast qualify. So like in 15 minutes, really quick, we're gonna decide, is this a buyer or brain picker? Quick, move along, let's go, right? Because time is money and money loves speed, right? So we got to be able to take that action and identify. How many of you have ever felt like you've been down in the weeds with somebody, like a lead, for a long period of time, and you're just like, oh my God, make a decision already. Like, what are we doing here? Are we going to do it, or we're not going to do it, or what? Brain picker. They're just not ready. It's not bad. They're just not ready. But if you're spending 90% of your time chasing that lead, following up with that lead, talking to that lead all day, you've lost thousands of sales of your buyers who are like, hello, but they're doing it very subtly, right? So you have to make sure you're qualifying leads pretty quickly, or you're going to miss those ones that are already activated. There are people in your audience that are watching you live or watching you silently. I'm going to give you in a minute, I'm going to share with you literally in just a minute, the 9 micro buyer behavior signs, so you guys know what to look for. I'm going to share that with you in a second, because it's going to be really important for you guys to know the difference in someone who is maybe just looking for some free information versus and actually looking to spend money on a solution to this really expensive problem that I have, right? So let's talk about, I want to talk about most sales not coming from doing more. There's a couple non-negotiables for sales in 2025. In fact, there's 4 things that you guys want to be thinking about. Whatever your offer is, it doesn't matter the price. Whatever offer you are going to market with and you're selling, whatever that is, I want you to ask yourself, does it solve a very expensive problem? Does it solve a very expensive problem for people with money to spend? Everybody got that? Because here's the thing. And I say this with love, and I'm going to share this, because before I say this, I'm going to share this, okay? Where I come from is severe poverty, foster care system, food stamps, subsidized housing, single mom on welfare, okay? So I understand that there's people that don't have money, okay? I understand that, and I have a heart for that because I come from that. But I worked really hard to come up out of that and get where I am today, so I know it's possible. My job is to empower people to step into that, not enable people to stay down in that. Does that make sense? So I said that because I want to say that if you are selling solutions to broke people, there's no money for you, right? They don't have any money to give you. So you need to look at what you're selling, and you need to ask yourself, is this a solution to an expensive problem for people that have money to spend? So are we solving a cheap problem, or are we solving an expensive? I want all of you to start shifting into an expensive solution, right? A solution that's going to solve an expensive problem for someone who has the money to spend. Because if you, I don't want to age myself, but if you're trying to get blood out of a turnip, not going to happen, right? Like, not everyone's laughing. So clearly, Everyone gets the concept. I don't want to age myself, but my dad used to say that to me all the time. Well, you can't get blood out of a turnip, right? And so I never understood that. I do now. It's very difficult for you to help people if they can't pay you to help them, right? So the way that we make a movement is we start with the people that can rally behind our movement, which is people with money, people with resources, people with commitment and drive. We rally those people with us. And then we can all create a ripple effect and help other people that can't do that. Does that part make sense to everybody? So I want you to really look, that's step one, look at your offer. Does it solve an expensive problem for someone with money, or are we focusing a little too much on cheap solutions for people that probably don't have a lot of money, okay? Okay, the second thing everybody is gonna really need, this is another non-negotiable, is a buyer's list. So in 2024, there was a study that came out that said the average entrepreneur, 97% of entrepreneurs spend 20 to 25 hours per week thinking about what should I do? What should I create? What should I say first? Then what should I say next? Should I do this? Should I do that? What's the best strategy? You guys see where I'm going with this? In the study showed that 97% of entrepreneurs spend 20 to 25 hours a week doing that. That is a part-time job. Can you imagine how much money you're losing just thinking about what you should do each day and who you should reach out to and what should you say and is it this strategy or that one or this platform or that? All of that thinking time, you've got to remove it. You've got to get rid of all of that. You've got to know exactly who are my buyers and what do I say to get them over the finish line? What do I say? What do I do? And you want to have less than a handful of things per day that you can do in a few hours that put new dollars and cents in your bank. So what I mean is when you wake up tomorrow morning, I would love for you to be able to say, I know the 5 people I'm speaking to today. I know exactly what I'm saying to them, and it's going to put new dollars and cents in a bank account before the end of the business day. That is what I want you guys to be able to do Monday through Friday. I'm assuming everybody here, raise a hands, would love to be doing that, right? Instead of, oh my God, who should I follow up with? Scrolling news feeds, thinking about it, right? You need to know a buyer's list is not your email list. It is not your Facebook group. It is not your connections on social media. A buyer's list is a cherry-picked, curated list of human beings that you have pulled from those places, and you cherry-pick them, put them on this list, and you've said to yourself, there's nothing I will not do Monday through Friday to move, nurture, build trust, and convert this list of people. I will stop at nothing, right? And that's your focus. So you start and end your day with that buyer's list. You open it, you start your day, and you close it, end your day. Right? How many of you here open social media the first thing? Like when you start your work day, some of you are doing it in bed. But how many of you are like open social media and we start scrolling? Or how many of you open your email list and we start scrolling? At the end of the day, not a buyer's list. I want you to open a buyer's list. And then I want you to be able to say, oh, this is Susie, this is Tabitha, this is Georgia. Oh, Sydney, hi. Okay, great. I know what I did last. I know what I'm doing next with each one. Let's move, let's move, let's move. Let's convert and get them over the finish line. Like you could do this in 2 to 3 hours a day. Brand new sales in your bank, 2 to 3 hours a day. There's no scrolling, there's no ads, there's no funnels, there's no pages, there's no slimy DMs, there's no nothing like that. We are an ethical company. That is our foundation. It's what we base everything off. It's all ethical. It's knowing their buyer behavior. It's understanding how do I empower people to make a buying decision all on their own. No convincing, no discounting. Does that make sense? Okay. And then the third thing that we need is our power, our strategy. When I was a single mom on welfare, any moms here, raise your hands. Is there any moms in it? Okay, cool. So you guys get this. Awesome, awesome. Okay. We have a room full of moms. I love it. Okay. You know then that when your kids are toddlers or infants or little ones, you have 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, maybe 30 minutes before there's a diaper or a scream or something, right? You have these little pockets of time throughout your day. You never have like, oh, I'm going to sit down and I've got 3 hours to dedicate uninterrupted to my business. Like that's not a thing for a mother. No, most of us are not doing that, right? So when I had 2 toddlers, single mom, running around, one on my hip and one running around, I realized very quickly if I ever wanted to get off welfare, I had to figure out what are the needle movers. I have 20 minutes right now. What can I do to move the needle closer to getting a client? And so I mastered that over years of juggling toddlers and trying to figure out how am I going to get independent financially, get off welfare. I had over $20,000 of credit card debt. I had to figure out how I was going to do that, right? And I only had these little pockets each day to try to do something. So I was forced, I had no choice, to figure out what makes money and what's just busy, right? What is just busy? Like, okay, I did a lot of stuff today, no money, right? Versus, oh my God, I did a few very focused things today and I got a new client. This is friggin' awesome. Rinse, repeat it tomorrow, right? So the power hour strategy, that's what it's about. It is about knowing the needle movers that are going to move sales. It's going to move your leads over the finish line, right? Versus the things that are busy, distractive, fun, right? Really easy and comfortable. What are the things that are actually going to pay the mortgage this month? What are the things that are actually going to pay for that credit card this month, or that vacation, or the food on the table for the kiddos? What are the actual activities that are going to do that, right? I was forced to figure that out real quick. And now in that time, I did not know I was creating this power hour strategy. I was just like, I'm being efficient and productive, go me, right? Okay, well now this has become the foundation of everything I do with my 7-figure clients, 5-figure, 6-figure, my newbies, everybody. I just got out of $5 million companies. Guess what their sales teams are doing? Power hours. Sales activity power hours. They're closing $12 million in sales. They're doing amazing. When previously they were working 8-10 hours a day and maybe a sale a week, right? It's just not efficient if you're a growing scaling business, if you have bills and a family and dreams, right? So what I want you guys thinking about is really, how are you spending your day? Are we checking boxes? We busy stuff? Are we getting distracted with what everyone in your email is telling you is the next best thing? Sales is sales, you guys. Marketing comes and go. They ebb and flow. Marketing strategies change every other day. Platforms, please do not put your money and your livelihood and your mortgage in a Facebook group or a certain platform. We do not do platform-specific strategies. We will teach you sales strategies that will work in a real estate company. They'll work in a Facebook group. They'll work on LinkedIn. They'll work in your email list. They'll work if you want to sell lipstick. We are teaching basic fundamental sales skills and strategies, because I'm not going to pigeonhole you into Facebook and then you get shut down. You're like, well, now how do I pay my mortgage, right? Like, we've had that happen to us. We're not going to do that. But everybody's selling you these pipe dreams of these short-lived strategies or platform-specific things that you could do. And you never want a buyer's list, put you in full control of your sales, right? Power hour puts you in full control of your time and your efficiency, right? The time it takes to convert those leads on your buyer's list. You are in full control. And we teach you how to find those buyers with expensive problems, take them off social media, get them on that buyer's list, right? You get their phone number, their address, their email. You own that, right? Doesn't matter what happens to your Facebook, LinkedIn, or whatever. You own that list. It's so critical in a time where social media is so unpredictable. You don't own social media, right? It can be taken away just as quick as you got it. Okay, so power hour is key. And then those repeatable strategies, knowing like what are the things that move the needle. Do you guys think like if you create a sales page, like that's a needle mover? It's not, right? Do you think an automated funnel that puts people in there and is dishumanized in a market where there's a trust recession and all people crave is human interaction? No, automated funnels aren't even converting today, even for my millionaires. They're not converting. You've got to layer in human connection, real relationships, trust, because that's the market now, right? You have to do that and earn that if you want people's sale, okay? So here's the real shift, and then I'm going to give you 9 micro buyer behaviors that I want you to look for in all of the people in your audience. I don't want to say all of the people. I would prefer to say on your buyers list, but some of you don't work with us and you don't have that yet. But just think of like your hottest leads. But the mindset shift that I want you to have is I want you guys to move out of the marketing mode and get into the relationship building mode. Right? This, you could post once a week, okay, and get sales. It is no longer about that. I want you to move out of that and really think relationship building. And I want you guys to focus in and double down on 2 to 4 things. That's it. Just 2 to 4 things per day, Monday through Friday, that are going to move that money needle. Okay, I'll give you a couple hints of what it's not. Funnels, pages or websites, not a thing, guys. Launch into debt, content galore, none of that stuff. Different offers every week, please stop. Okay, those types of things don't build trust. They're not going to get you a buyer at all. Or maybe they'll get you one over the next 90 days or 4 months, but like honestly, not a good strategy. Those are not needle movers. Creating in the background, please don't. If anyone's telling you, oh my God, create your content for 8 weeks ahead, run in the other direction. It's unnecessary. That is so 2020. That's not the market. Okay. I want you guys thinking about trust and building real relationships because, like I said at the beginning, $1 million business for everybody here with just 500 people that are high quality buyers. You have $1 million business. You do not need thousands of leads. I promise you, you don't need thousands of leads. I don't even need thousands of leads to do what we're doing. Like, you don't need it. You've got to learn how to work the leads that you have and how to build the trust and relationship. And that's your answer in 2025 for more ethical sales. There's a lot of things you guys could do, but they're unethical, they're short-lived, they're hustle culture, right? And they're probably they're probably going to cost you a lot of money, especially if someone's like, run ads. If you're not converting your audience organically, stay away from ads, right? Like if you're not converting with your content that you post manually, it's not going to convert in an automated funnel. I don't think people are teaching you guys this, and it's a disadvantage. I feel like it's unfair to you guys because it's just miseducation, okay? And here's what I really want you guys to be thinking about is that expensive problem. Are we solving an expensive problem? That is going to be your key this year. Okay, in 2020, you could sell offers to people that didn't have any money and they were just excited because you were excited. And that's just not going to work this year. Okay, I want you guys to make the money that you want to make every month, whether it's I have clients that want 5K months. I have clients that want 10, 20. I have clients doing 100K a month right now. I have clients doing 50K. Whatever your number is, it doesn't matter. You can do it with a list of 300 to 500, maybe 800 people at most, depending, right? But you got to know how to work the leads. And you got to do it faster than the average conversion time right now, because that's 4 to 6 months, and that's ridiculous, right? Mortgage has to be paid this month, not 4 to 6 months from now, right? Okay, 9 micro buyer behavior signs that I want you guys to be looking for. I'm helping you leave here today and go look at these things, find these things. If you see anybody doing these, put them on a spreadsheet. Just call that your buyers list for right now. Put them on a spreadsheet, label it buyers list. Sydney, little do they know, this is so much of what we do in our program. Label it buyers list and put these people that are doing this, put their names and email on it, okay? That's like I don't want to give you guys too much to try to go off and do. That's probably enough. And then tomorrow we're going to go into your buyers list a little more, but I guarantee if you guys do this, you will show up to tomorrow's session and be like, and I added people to a buyers list. I've never had a buyers list. I added people. Okay. Number 1, people watching your stories, Facebook or Instagram, multiple times, right? So you see them all the time up in those stories. If you do stories, you see them up there. You can also use this for your lives if you go live on Facebook or LinkedIn. Okay, if you don't do stories or whatever. Anytime you go live, you see the same person or people. Again and again and again. Put those names and emails on your buyers list. You don't have their email, just put their name. Okay, that's one thing that is a micro buyer behavior. Okay, number two, they're opening emails multiple times. Now, this can go both ways. They can open all of your emails, or even better, they're opening the same email multiple times. Go to your email list, you guys. It's great if they're opening all of your emails or a bunch, but are they opening the same one multiple times? That is a micro buyer behavior like you wouldn't believe. And do we normally think about that? No. How many of you here check your statistics every day? Not many. We just email, right? We just email. Okay? That's a micro behavior. Okay, number three. They are coming back or returning to old DMs. So maybe you've sent a DM in the past or a while ago, and now all of a sudden, they're circling back to your DM and they're kind of re-engaging with you. Micro buyer behavior. Big time. So think about that. Okay, number four is they're asking questions. They could be asking questions about your offer, or about your free thing, or about what you do and how you help your clients. But they're asking you questions. Those people should be on your buyers list. These are micro buyer behaviors. They're showing a level of interest, and they're showing a buyer behavior. There's a difference in buyer behavior and brain picking behavior. Huge, huge difference. Okay, those are not one and the same. You got to know the difference. Okay, number five, subtle re-engagement. So like, let's say they're starting to like an old post. You guys ever see that where you have this post out on social and you did it like weeks ago or months ago, and all of a sudden you see heart, like, or a comment from somebody that's like circling back and you're like, oh, I know that person. I see them all the time everywhere. Now they're engaging with your old content. It could also be just like you see these people watching your content longer. So maybe you see like they come on your lives and now they're staying to the end. Micro buyer behavior. Okay, but you can miss these subtle things, you guys. They're very subtle, right? Okay, number six. Everybody good? You guys all tracking along with me, all right? Okay, we'll put these in the group. Is everybody in the group? We'll put these in the group for you guys so that you have them as well, okay? Number six is they are clicking, but they are not yet opting in or buying. So maybe you're doing a workshop or a registration, and they're checking out your registration page, or checking out your sales page, they're checking it out, but then they stop right there, right? And again, keep in mind, you guys, write this part down. Even better if they're doing that multiple times. How many times have you seen someone go to your sales page like 50 times, but they didn't buy? And in your mind, you're like, oh, well, they're not interested, they're not a buyer, or they would buy. Wrong, wrong. Micro buyer behavior. It should be on your buyers list. You guys see so far where you could be missing a lot of sales opportunity, just kind of lost because we're not following up with these types of people. Number seven, they are opting in or registering for something, and then they don't show up or buy. So maybe they go to your workshop, maybe they sign up for your newsletter, your weekly lives, and maybe you see that they are doing those things, but then they don't show up, right? Maybe they watch the replay, but they don't show up live. And then whatever you're offering from all of that, they don't buy it. And you're like, oh, well, probably not a buyer then, right? Micro buyer behavior. Number eight, they are raising their hands and requesting more information. This is where like hundreds of thousands of dollars of sales is lost with entrepreneurs every day, because someone doesn't say yes to you and you assume, oh, well, they didn't buy and they didn't say yes, so they're a no. And this is the worst assumption that you can make in sales. Here's my motto. Unless you say this to me, you are a potential buyer. Unless you tell me, Anne, I am not interested, no thank you, and please don't try to ask me again. If you don't say that to me, you are still a potential buyer. Even if you didn't buy when we talked, even if you didn't buy from the workshop, even if you didn't buy from the email, even if you clicked it and then backed out, even if you said verbally yes and then ghosted me, you are still a potential buyer. Ghosting is not no. No is no, right? No is no. So if you don't hear the words no, they're still a potential buyer and they should be on your buyer's list. How many times, raise your hand, have you guys had somebody say, oh, now's not the time, I'd love to, but, not a good time, like insert whatever, right? Or they said verbally yes and then ghosted. How many times have you seen those people open your emails, click your links, visit pages after they've said that? Every time, every time. Micro buyer behaviors, those people are still buyers, you guys. They're still buyers, okay? Okay, number 9, last one for now. They're filling out applications or forms. We see a lot of this in the $1 million companies we go into. They get hundreds of applications a week. And we'll go in and over 80, 85% fill out the application and then they're ghosted. They're gone. We see this all the time. You need to follow up. And you need to know how to follow up, when to follow up, and what to say when you follow up. But we can close so many sales with that follow-up process. And a lot of you guys write these people off and then say, I need more leads. Right? I have 80 people who did this, but only one did it and the rest didn't. I need more leads. No, you need to follow up with the other 80 that didn't do anything. Right? You don't need more leads. Chances are you don't. Okay, and you're going to leave a lot of money on the table if you guys don't use and look into these behaviors. Raise a hand. Do you guys feel like you have some things you could definitely go back and look at and probably close some sales or get some people re-engaged and activated? Yes? Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to invite you guys. We have just opened up this brand new way to work with us that is super cost affordable that we're actually very excited about because we've never offered anything like this ever. This is brand spanking new. It's called the Sales Accelerator. This is our entry-level program to our bigger programs. And in here, we're literally going to teach you how to build your buyer's list, right? With high-quality leads that are ready to buy, who have expensive problems. This is not a lead dump. You don't just put everybody on that buyer's list. We're going to show you how to find in your current audience buyers who have money and an expensive problem they want to solve. And we're going to get them on a buyer's list, okay? We are going to help you install the power hour into your current strategy and make sure that you are efficient, effective, and you know the needle movers, which look different for probably all of you, but you know exactly what you need to do Monday through Friday to get in and out, work your leads, make sure we're not doing busy stuff, we're moving the money needle, getting leads over the finish line. We're going to help you do that. And we're going to make sure that you guys know how to move those leads, talk to those leads, follow up with those leads, right? And really be able to qualify quickly, like who's the buyer, who's the brain picker. So the sales skill, the sales mindset, we're going to do a ton of sales mindset because if you don't change the way you think, no strategy is going to work. You have to change what you think about sales and what it takes to sell. And you have to also look at, do you have any worth issues? Is there anything coming up where you feel like, I can't charge that, but I would love to? Right? So you discount and bonus all the time. Remember, expensive problems, to solve an expensive problem is not cheap. It's not cheap, right? You got to lean into a different mindset, a different energy. We're going to help you do that. Now, when you guys join, we're going to gift you a free ticket to our half-day virtual build it, work it, and convert it live intensive. It's about 4 or 5 hours. We're doing it on July 23rd. There will be a replay if you can't be live, but we want you in the room because here's what we're going to do on this build it, work it, convert it live intensive. We're going to get 50 high quality leads on your buyers list. We're doing this as a group together. We're spending a half a day doing this. This is a half day virtual intensive. So we're going to get 50 high quality leads on your buyers list. We're going to do it with the current audience you have. Okay? We're going to do this with the current audience you have. We are going to plug you into our sales sprint campaign wordtracks. We've been doing these for 10 years, and clients are making hundreds of thousands and even millions of dollars using these. So how it works is we say, hey, Susie, I want you to go do this activity. I want you to do this with these people, and here's the word track, say this. Tweak it a little bit, make it your own, send it. You're gonna go and you're gonna get sales from that. All of our, over 85% of our clients do every time. So we're gonna give you multiple of those. We're gonna do those all day. And what we're doing is we're looking at who you have in your audience that Sydney and I think will be your buyers. And then we're giving you the campaigns for those specific people and saying, here, grab this swipe, go send this right now, go do this. Okay? So we're gonna do this together with you. This is not a training. This is a sales intensive, meaning you will make money during the sales intensive, okay? Right now, the Sales Accelerator is at a founder's rate of just $67 per month. It's ridiculous. We're excited about it. We pumped. We cannot wait. And we're really excited we can bring this to you guys, right? The market has shifted, and coming into a year-long program and making big commitments and time-wise and financially, not that you guys can't do it, but a lot of people, including in your audience, are going to want to come into something easy like this to start, get results, build that trust, work their way up. Make sense? So we came to the market with a way to help you guys do that. So we're taking our sales strategy, our biggest money makers out of Sales Academy, our biggest signature program. We're bringing it down to you guys. You're doing nothing but making money, building a buyer's list, and you're building some sales skills. So it's the basic sales fundamentals. Does that make sense for everybody? $67 a month. There's no contract. There's no commitment. Cancel anytime. We know you won't. We know you won't, because you're gonna love what it's gonna blow your mind what we're doing in there for $67 a month. However, you can cancel anytime, no hard feelings. We might ask you some questions just so we get feedback, but no hard feelings. Now, we do have a pay in full bonus for anybody who wants this. It's $597 for the whole year. Crazy. $597 for the whole year, and you're gonna get you'll get everything we just said, but you'll also get a free pass to our annual, it's virtual. Our annual Create Your Black Friday offer and promo content. This takes place in October. So what we do is we help you create your Black Friday offer for your specific audience. We're going to give you all the promotional emails and content. You're going to schedule them out, and then you're going to go and enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday vacation while sales are rolling in on your Black Friday. We do this every year. Clients obsess about this. So we're going to be gifting you that if you pay for the year. And that's it. Cindy, do you want to drop the link, or I can drop the link? Do you want to come in? And I just want you to share, because the 2 calls per month that you guys are going to get. So you guys in the program are going to get our curriculum, which is just those 4 things we're talking about, right? Making sure we have an offer that solves an expensive problem, making sure you have a buyer's list, you know how to work the buyer's list, how are our installed, right? So we do that in the curriculum, and then we have 2 calls a month. 1 call is with me. We talk sales, strategy, offers, all of this sales stuff, sales mindset. We do all this high level, all this stuff together and all the nuances. Then there's a call every month with Sydney. You're literally doing sales sprints. Power hour, 1 hour a month, selling campaigns. You are literally doing sprints and selling. So I'm going to drop the link, Sydney, to Accelerator in here so everybody can get in there. Hopefully it's amazing. But if you want to share the power in those power hours for the clients, I would love for you to talk about that.
Yes. I feel like I'm not even going to accurately be able to explain to you how good they are. You guys will have to come in and see for yourself. But every month, like Anne said, you'll get a session with her. That's really going to be strategy, really the high level strategy. We're going to be going through a lot of what's in the curriculum together, making sure you guys understand, answering your questions, all of that good stuff. On my call each month, we're really going to be implementing together the exact activities that we should be taking day to day to move your leads towards sales. So we have a series of campaigns, we call them, that we run with the clients in our higher level programs. And these are really designed to scoop up the people that you have in your audience right now, like as you are sitting here today, the people in your audience who really just need the right touch point at the right time in the buying journey to take the next step. You guys have literally right now, as we're sitting here today, people in your audience who would slash will slash are going to purchase from you. It's just a matter of saying the right thing at the right time in the right way based on where they are at in the buying journey. Are they hot? Are they cold? Are they a past workshop attendee? Are they a past small offer attendee? Are they a past client? Are they a current client? Who are they? Where are they at in the buying process? And then what are we going to put in front of them in the right way, said in the right way to entice, activate a buying decision, or at minimum, like a response of some sort. So this is where a lot of us are missing the mark. It's not necessarily that you don't have the leads or your audience is dead or your people just don't need your offer, or they just don't have the money to spend, or you're probably reaching out. You're probably engaging with your audience. We're just not saying the right things to the right people, depending on where they are at in the buying process. So this is what we do together. Every month, we'll kind of focus on a different area, a different type of buyer, depending where they're at in the process. If for whatever reason you don't have anyone in that specific category for that month, I'll kind of give a backup plan that works no matter what. But I'm literally gonna say, okay, guys, we're gonna pull up these types of people in your audience. Here are some swipe copy examples. If you need help kind of finessing them, then we can do that together. And we're going to hit go and we're going to send messages. And it's really cool because right there in that hour-long Zoom session, like you will get responses to those messages. And I can kind of help you guys navigate those responses as well. But it's really this stuff that people get stuck on. Even our current clients to this day, in our other programs, that's the number one question they ask me in their support community is, oh my gosh, I'm in this conversation right now. Like, what do I say back to this person? How do I move this person? Or, oh, I have this specific lead and like, what do I do just to get them to respond or to move them in the right direction? And that's what we're going to do together on our calls together. And yeah, like I said, these are the same strategies that the clients in our higher level programs do to bring them in tens of thousands of dollars with leads that they already have. So you do, no matter how many leads you have, if you have a couple hundred, if you have a couple thousand, you have people in your current audience right now that will buy. And these sales sprints that we do on my call together are designed to tap into these people and get them moving. So that is my call. Hopefully I did a good job at explaining that, but really you don't know, like you don't know until you know, until you're in that room and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's what I should have been saying all this time. And when you see these templates and these prompts, you will understand why what you may be doing now or what you may have tried before hasn't worked, because these templates really are tested and backed behind by that sales psychology, that permission-based sales kind of language that everything is sprinkled with in the program.
And if you guys look on the sales page for the Accelerator, the testimonials, these are our clients who literally in like a week or two came in and made thousands and thousands of dollars, like more than their investment for the bigger programs back in a week or two.
Yeah.
I mean, we have what Rosh just did
my gosh,
over $5,000 or something like that in what days?
Love Rosh.
3 days. And here's the thing, his email, like he was kind of out of commission since COVID. So his email list hadn't been really, and he was like, oh, my email list, I don't know, like not sure if they'll convert. I don't know if and boom, we were able to like tap in to the audience and get the result, right? So I want you guys to understand this is a sales program. This is not a marketing. This isn't an educational. Yes, we're going to help you build your sales skills. We're going to change the way you think about sales, the way you do them. and we're gonna help you build the skills so you have these long after the program. But this is an incubator, you guys, where you're gonna come in, we will keep you up to date on trends, what is changing, what's not, what we're doing, what's working, what's not. All of our curriculum stay up to date to the day and constantly updated. We will bring that to you guys. The goal inside of Sales Accelerator in all of our programs is you are making consistent sales. Whatever that number is for you, we back you into that. This is not about teaching you strategy. It's not about which platform should you be on. This is not about run ads to an automated funnel. We don't do any of those things. This is literally sales every day, all day. And if that's what you guys want, if you want more sales, you want to do it ethically, and again, as least like complicated as possible, the least amount of tech as possible, guys, in the cheapest way possible, it's going to be the basic sales fundamentals that have always existed. And I just happen to know them inside and out. So definitely come in and join us in Sales Accelerator, you guys. Now, tomorrow, we're going to dive into the buyers list, right? We're going to start to talk about how do you really build this buyers list? How is it really different from like, how do you find the people that are buyers versus people that are like brain pickers? Like, how do you know the difference between those so that you're getting the right people on the buyers list? I'm going to tell you right now, this is why I said email list is not a buyers list. Your Facebook group is not a buyer. Like, you got to build a buyers list, and these are curated, cherry-picked buyers. So it's a matter of when they're going to buy, not if they're going to buy. And I love that about sales. So we're going to get into that a little more because I want you to understand how critical it is this year that you guys build a buyers list and then know what to do with that list, right? That's the key. We're going to show you where you can find probably your next 100+ buyers in your audience that you can get on that email list. I'm going to encourage you guys, though, get into the Sales Accelerator. You don't want to miss the bonuses. You don't want to miss that workshop that we got coming up for you guys. And again, we start right away. So as soon as you join, you get plugged into the curriculum. We got a community. You can ask your questions. Calls start in August. But we have that workshop, that virtual event, the 23rd of this month. Like, we get rocking and rolling real quick. We'll help you guys get your sales in the door. And here's the thing. If you can't make $67 a month with us, I should be fired. Like, I should quit right now. If you can't do that, right? By all means, you will be making a lot more than that. So this is such an easy, just come join us, right? So we can help you. Okay, replay is going to get emailed. Sydney will probably do some text or follow up with you guys to make sure you get everything, because email can be wonky. The replay is in the Facebook group if you guys are in there. So if you want to come back and refresh, but I will email you a replay page where all the replays this week are just going to live. So it's in one place for you guys to find. And I hope to see you guys on the other side of Sales Accelerator. I'll see you all tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.